So talking about Facebook and privacy, what do we do about Facebook at work? I've heard some companies just moving into saying we're just not going to allow Facebook at work. I've also talked to companies this last week who said my official policy is to not write any policies down whatsoever. What's the best way to handle Facebook when it comes to the workplace, do you think?
Well, I think Facebook, a blanket, we're going to ban Facebook at work and that's our social media policy, is completely ineffective on every level. It might address your employees are not wasting time on the computer, or it might not, because there's plenty of other ways that people can waste time on the computer or waste time away from the computer. If your employees aren't working, that's a whole separate problem. Your employees are going to be on Facebook, whether they're doing it at work or not. And if you're making these blanket bans, then the chances of them being a little frustrated with you and maybe not saying such complimentary things about their employment when they're at home are probably higher. I think that's why it's so important to really educate people about, like you said, this PSA that says everything that's out there is out there forever and for everyone to see. When people put up, I hate my job, or my stupid company has this stupid social media policy, and so I'm forced to just Twitter from my phone during my lunch hour, or update my Facebook from my phone during my lunch hour. It's not getting the goal that anybody has of a positive social media presence for their workplace. It's making your employees frustrated. So it's a lose-lose policy, really.
We see companies with the opposite of that, though, right? Too, you see like Best Buy, where everybody can, respond in Twitter. So I mean, it's very interesting the broad range of responses that we're getting to social media.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to think of like what this equates to in the past, as far as is it like cell phones when they first came out? Is it like when email first came out? Is that going to be business or personal?
It might be like when email first came out, and a lot of companies, said you can't use your email for personal use, and everybody did.
Right.
Or you have no expectation of privacy
Right.
in your email, which it's very interesting actually, because that has been. I don't know if you guys have seen some of the. I think it's California litigation around. Two police officers who were using their work cell phones sexting. And they were told, they signed a policy that says I won't use my phone for personal use, but then they were told you can use your phone for personal use and just don't go over your minutes or you're going to have to pay for them, or don't go over your texting volume or you're going to have to pay the difference. And so these people believed they had an expectation of privacy. They were actually a married couple who were both police officers. They were communicating with each other. Was it a good idea to be using their work phones? No, probably not. But they believed it was okay. And they had a not completely unreasonable belief from what they were being told by their managers. So that's actually in litigation. Was their expectation of privacy reasonable? And we have been saying, we in the legal universe, you have no expectation of privacy at work, you have no expectation of privacy at work, you have no expectation of privacy at work. We might be wrong.